Welcome back here to Perth, Western Australia for the Soviet-Russian turn, 17.5 in the summer of 1917. We'll get into it with the random cards first and see what happens from there. So I'm told we only will shuffle the partisan fist cards, so I'm separated those now. So go ahead and do that. Pretty rubbish at shuffling. Oh, God. Okay, so we'll start off with the first card. And the first card is Imperial Gold Reserves. So I've got my glasses out for that. Okay, Imperial Gold Reserves. The Allied power, not the White Russians, that controls Primorsky Krai, which is over here. So Primorsky Krai over here. Will receive 4 IPPs from the bank if the Whites and Allies can establish an unbroken rail line from Orenburg to Primorsky Krai at the end of this round. If the rail line is broken, give 4 IPPs to the Soviets. So Primorsky Krai to Orenburg. Where is that? I'm guessing it's probably over here somewhere, but we'll worry about that later. That's obviously something that's going to happen at the end of the turn. I'm not going to get too bogged down with slowing the video down just for that. But anyway, that's for the Allied player, and we'll find out by the end of this, I guess, this turn, this summer of 1917, as to what happens there. So either I'm going to get 4 APPs or whoever's controlling Primorsky Krai, which I think is the Americans, I think. All right, let's go with the next card. Green Armies. Glasses on. Britain, Germany, and the Soviets roll a d6 each. The highest die roll places a Green Army rondel and a neutral militia in any unoccupied non-city land zone in Russian starting territories. This becomes a non-sovereign neutral, and the militia must remain in this location. These units do not count as White or Soviet and may be attacked by either. So essentially they're just a strict neutral. So Britain and Germany and the Soviets roll a d6 each. Okay, so I can do that. I'll do that. Okay, so we'll have 3 d6s. Even if I had different colors. Oh, I do. All right, so I got three d6s here. We'll go for red for the Russians, black for the Central Powers, and white for the Entente. I'll just make sure that's correct. Yeah, Britain, Germany, and Soviets. So again, the Germans, the Brits, and the Russians. Let's see what happens here. So 5, which is going to be the highest die roll. Okay, so I just get to pick where they go, I'm assuming. That's the advantage of me winning the dice roll. Okay, so I'll grab them out of the box. Give me 1 second. So the Green Armies, place a Green Army on, and a neutral militia. Okay, and a neutral militia. Okay. Green Army dudes. Of course. All right. And then these do not count. All right, so I'm going to stick these guys right out of the way, and they're going to go into Kamchatka. So they can hang out over there and do their own thing. I think that's correct. If it's not, well, we'll fix it up later. Okay. All right, so the next card that's going to come out now from the top is the Magno Red Army. Place 2 attacking Magno infantry units in Teridia. If the Magno infantry wins combat, it must remain in this territory, which now becomes a part of the Soviets. The Soviets may move more units into Teridia, but never out. If the Black Army's event has been played, add 1 infantry. No, so it hasn't. Okay, so place 2 attacking infantry into Teridia. Okay, Teridia. All right, I think that's down by the Caucasus from memory. So I'll just get two of these dudes. So there's 2 of them into Teridia. All right, so Teridia, I think, was somewhere around here. Yeah, Teridia's in here. So at the moment there is two Ukrainian militia and 1 Ukrainian infantry. So we'll resolve that battle right now. So they're going to be the attacking unit. There's no artillery or anything along those lines. So it should be pretty straightforward. So the 2 attacking militia, I'm just checking, there's no territory, there's no mountains, nothing like that. It's 2 on 2 for the attacking unit, and they get 1 hit. So I'm assuming the Ukrainians will choose to lose a militia. So they'll lose 1 of those, and in response, they will have 1 infantry on a 4, which will be a red dice, and 2 militia on a 2. And they get nothing. So they lose that militia, and so we go to the next round of combat. I'm pretty sure with these ones, you just keep going until there's a resolution. So we'll do that. All right, so 2 attacking infantry on a 2, another hit. So that's another hit, so they'll lose the militia, and in response, there's now 1 militia and 1 Ukrainian infantry, so the militia will be the green, and they've got nothing. So now we go in again, next round of combat, so 2 on a 2, nothing. So in response again, the defenders now, 2 hits, yeah. So he's down to just the single, infantry on a 4, and he gets a hit. So now it's 1 on 1. So 1 on a 2, 1 on a 4. So we'll just roll these together. So the attacking unit will be the green, and the defender will be on the 4. So 2 and a 4. Nothing. So again, the attacking unit is the green on a 2. Yep, so that's a hit. They both hit, so they kill each other. Okay, cool. All right, so I guess that remains Ukrainian, but there's nothing in it. So that's the end of that random event. So the net result now in Teridia is that it's still Ukrainian, but there's just no units in it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just place those 3 cards into a discard pile. And we'll deal with those later. And I've got the rest of the partisan cards. They can just live over there for now. All right, cool. All right, so we've got a couple of attacks for the Soviets. I'll just start with the most straightforward ones, and we'll go on from there. So in Novosibirsk, which is the city just here, if I can get that in the shot, just in here. So I'm not going to use the gas. It kind of seems like a bit of an overkill, but I'm going to bring in the 4 artillery with the balloon and the 4 infantry into northern Kazakhstan against that lone Russian defender. All right, so that's what we're looking at. Again, not going to utilize the gas. Seems kind of pointless. So we'll do the first strike. So we've got four artillery on a 4. Yeah, and that's a hit. So that battle's over before it begins. So that goes back to the Soviets. So that comes off. There's no money or anything along those lines. So that's pretty straightforward. That just goes back to Soviet territory. And just get a rondel. And there we go. That's that battle is done. I'll just leave that there. Okay. The next battle we have is in Archangelsek, where we're going to bring in these units here out of Western Russia and Northern Russia and attack into this here. I'm not going to bother moving. So attacking, we've got 2 infantry, 1 Cossack, 1 regular cav, and a militia. And defending, there is 1 British infantry and 1 White Russian infantry. So that obviously won't. There's no thing. There's no other terrain modifiers that I can see. It looks pretty straightforward sort of attack. All right, there's no artillery, so we'll just crack on. Okay, so coming in, there's going to be the 2 infantry on a 2. So we'll just go infantry on a 2 with 2 red dice. Try and be a little bit more organized. We've got 1 militia coming in at a 1, so that'll be green dice. Well, on a 1, I've got a cav coming in, so it's just a regular cav coming in at 3. So that'll be, I'll just go with the blue dice for that. So that'll be a 3, so it'll be 1 for that. And then we've got the Cossack. So we've got the 1 single Cossack, and the Cossack can be a black dice hitting on a 4. And that's just that there. So that's what we've got. So nothing with the infantry. I think that's 2. So 1 there. Oops. And nothing with anything else. It's just a 1 single hit into that area. So we'll just mark that as a 1. 1 for the 1 on the attack. And then in response, there is just 2 infantry on a 4. So they miss. So they'll lose 1. I'm assuming they're just going to lose. It doesn't really matter. But I'll lose the White Russian infantry off there. And then we'll just continue this attack. So again, we've got two red dice, a green, a black. Sorry about this. And 2 red. A black and a blue. Okay. Just got 5 things in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Okay. All right. Round 2. And nothing I can see there. So. Okay. In response, 1 on a 4 misses. So we'll go for the last round of combat. And nothing again. Wow. All right, so last round of combat. And they hit. So we'll lose the militia. And we'll just basically retreat back to those territories there. So that battle is over. Remaining is 1 British infantry in Anglesey. Those troops are going to go back to Western Russia, so essentially 1 infantry, 1 cav. And back into Northern Russia is going to be 1 Cossack and 1 infantry. Okay. the next battle will be into Karelia, where we're going to bring 1 infantry, 1 fighter, 1 militia into Karelia, where there is 1 Finnish infantry there on its own. That territory there is marsh, I think, so I guess it's going to be like a -1 type situation. So we'll do that. Hopefully it's a bit more straightforward. So we've got the 1 militia, that'll be on a 1, that's green dice. We've got 1 infantry, he'll also be on a 1, so that's just another green dice. And then we've just got the fighter. So the fighter shouldn't be affected by anything, and it's a 1917 fighter. So he hits on a 3. So he'll be hitting on a 3. So he'll be the red dice on a 3. So 3 and 1. Can I find it? There we go. 3 and 1. So first round of combat. And nothing. So in return, the German, or the Finnish infantry on a 4, hits. Wow. All right, so we're going to lose. We're going to lose the militia. We'll press the attack. It's probably silly, but we'll press the attack. So now we've got 1 on a 1 and 1 on a 3. So the blue is the fighter. And nothing. And in return, on a 4, nothing. 1 more round. Let's see what happens. Nothing. And nothing. So they go back to Petrograd, essentially. So that fighter's going to fly back, and that infantry is going to just go back to Petrograd, and no result there, essentially. Okay, the next attack will be into southern Belarusia from Smolensk into that White Russian territory with 1 infantry. So I'm just going to bring 1 Cossack and 1 regular infantry. So the Cossack is on a 4, and the regular infantry is on a 2. So the Cossack will be the red dice, infantry green. And that's a hit. Okay, so we've got a hit into southern Belarusia. And in return, that 1 White Russian, he hits. Okay, so we'll lose our infantry. So the net result is we take southern Belarusia with 1 Cossack. So that'll now look like that. And I'll just get a rondel. Sorry, this is taking a long time, guys. All right, so that's that. Okay, I think in terms of combat that, oh no, there is 1 combat here, nearly. All right, so I've got everything in Karelia here is going into Kola, where there is 1 Gurkha and 1 infantry, 1 British infantry in Kola. Yep, so we'll do that. And we're looking at, there's no, from rondel to rondel, there's no penalties that I can see. So coming from Karelia into Kola, there doesn't appear to be anything. So we'll just do that over here. So we have a total of 2 infantry, which can be boosted to 3s. So 2 infantry, so they'll be on a 3. So 2 infantry on a 3, well, that'll be the green dice. There's then going to be 3 artillery on a 4, so they'll be on a 4 with the black dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got a train. So Choo Choo is going to be on, what's a Choo Choo train on? Pretty sure it's just 4, right? Yeah, same, 4, okay. This is the same. All right, so I've managed to cook that up already. So they're on a 3 and they're on a 4. Okay, so we'll just do the first strikes because we're only talking about 2 units in there. So we'll forget them, then it's moot point. And we get 1 hit on the first strike. So I'm assuming Dan's going to lose the regular infantry, and that's going to leave him with the elite Gurkha in defense. So we'll carry on from there. So now we have 2 supported infantry on 3. And they miss. So in rebuttal, the Gurkha on a 5 misses. All right, so we'll go on with the next round of combat. So again, we've got 1 train and 4 regular artillery. And yeah, there's a hit there, so there's a 2, as you can see. All right, so in return, the Gurkha on a 5 misses. So we take, Soviets will take Kola, that's gone. And into Kola, we will move 4 artillery, 2 infantry, and a train. And put a rumble down, just cause thing to do. Okay, now non-combats. So non-combat, I am going to move this 1 infantry that I've got in Angara. Jeez. And that's going to move into Burya-Tara. Okay, so that's going to move into there. I am going to non-combat 1 militia out of that one in Zaristan. Okay, that's going to go there. These Russian names are killing me. All right, and I think that is it for non-combats. Pretty straightforward. We've got nothing to place because we had no money, but we do get we will collect this turn. And I do believe we do get a diplomacy, which I think I've completely forgotten. So I'm going to quickly do that, and I'm going to roll for Sweden. So we do get 1 free diplomacy every turn. And I don't even know if I rolled for tech. Oh man. So nothing on the diplomacy. I'm going to quickly roll for tech. I apologize for this, guys. I'm going to go for gas on a 6. So at the moment we've got chlorine. And we get a 9. So I go up to phosgene gas. And then for my other tech, I'm going to go for improved factories on a 7, which we get. So we go stage 1 for improved factories. Sorry about doing that out of sequence. Like I said, nothing to place this turn because we lost all of our money to the Germans. However, we do get wartime now, and we will collect additional 9 now for the Soviets. I think that's correct. So 9 plus 8. So we'll have 17 IPP for the next turn. Yeah, let me know if I've messed anything up. I probably have. And that's the way it goes. All right, 17 IPP, and thanks very much. I'll do a very quick disposition, just so we're all on the same page. 1 infantry in Tusk, 1 in Burya-Tara. In Amur, I've got 1 artillery, 1 militia, 1 mountain. In northern Kazakhstan, we have chlorine gas, 4 infantry, 4 artillery, 1 balloon, and 4 infantry. In western Kazakhstan, 4 infantry. Armenia, we've got 1 militia. In North Caucasia, you've got 1 infantry. In Zaristan, you've got 1 militia. Dom Manich, you've got 1 cav. Got 1 militia in Oral Kursk, 1 Cossack in southern Belarusia. Back in Petrograd, there is 1 1917 fighter, 1 infantry. In Kola now, there is 2 infantry. There is 3 artillery and a train. And train. And in Western Russia, there is 1 infantry, 1 cav regular. In Northern Russia, there is 1 Cossack, 1 infantry. Thanks, guys. If I've messed anything up, just let me know. Thanks.